What's going on, family? It's your man Tay Sweat here once again. And before we start today's STB Market Watch, once again, I am holding a challenge, the Spend Less, Make More challenge. This is one of the ways I've helped many people get to 6, 7 figures just simply by saying, hey, here's what you're spending. How about let's just not get it right now? Let's develop a skill. Then once you have the skill, you double the money you were about to spend, and then you go get the thing. This is what I did even with my Lamborghini, right? A lot of people saw I had a Lamborghini that I paid for. I paid cash for it. This was maybe 2 years ago. And a lot of people were asking me, how did you do? How did you do? And I actually documented the process. I said, hey, this Lamborghini costs this much money. I'm going to put this much money instead of spending. I have it right now. Instead of spending the money I have now, I'm going to use my skill of trading. I'm going to put it into a stock or a couple stocks. At the time, that was MicroStrategy. We were riding the Bitcoin wave, right? And MicroStrategy popped from 180 to almost $1,300. I had a lot of call options on that. That more than doubled the money that I had. So I had $700,000 to put into a Lamborghini. Instead of spending my money, I doubled, maybe tripled my money, kept mine, and then took the money I just made from the skill that I have to go get the Lamborghini. Now, you don't have to buy a Lamborghini like me, and that's not what this challenge is for. This challenge is essentially to say, look, here's what you're spending. Here's how you could be saving that money, doubling it, or even making it, putting it to work, and not just with trading. Maybe you could be putting it to work inside of your business or starting a business, or maybe you could be putting it to work inside of some other investment. But here's how to do it. Here's how I've been doing it over my last 13, 14 years of business, right? So, of business and investing. Let me say it that way. So, the challenge is free, right? Totally free to show up and sign up for it. Join us, come check it out. Hey, you have nothing to lose, literally. I got you. I'm gonna make this. I always over deliver. I'm gonna make this just as good, if not better, than what you're used to when it comes to my content. All right. So that being said, June 21st through the 23rd, I will see you there for all of my VIP, especially my platinum VIP folks. I will see you for a fourth day where we will actually sit down and I'm going to let you ask me questions. Literally, pick, quote unquote, pick my brain. That's what that session is for. So I'm going to let you all pick my brain and I'll be answering your questions. Even if you need to share your screen, that's what that day is for. Share your screen. Teach me how to do this, and that. Okay, cool. Let's break it down. That's what my VIP or my platinum VIP, pretty much anybody who's coming in on that, that's what that's for. Okay. Other than that, hey, let's go ahead and get into today's STB Market Watch.
Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These private flights.
Now, before we get started, of course, I have to introduce myself for anybody who's new here. My name is Tay Sweat. Once again, I am a stock, futures, options, crypto trader. I have been doing this for a while now, almost 11 years, so a little bit over 10 years, going on 11 years. I got my start in penny stocks. Penny stocks are bankrupt companies or companies that are close to going bankrupt. So that being said, there's nothing to prop them or hold them up other than the technical analysis. So in order to trade them, you are going to have to be good at technical analysis. And that's what I do. All right. So that being said, I've been doing that for the longest, and I just brought that same skill over to, Apple, Tesla, Microsoft. And when I brought that skill over and started trading stocks that were profitable companies, it became a cakewalk, right? So that's what I'm doing now, is just teaching you all some of the things that I use, some of the things that I've taught, a lot of my profitable students how to do and how to play this game. That being said, once again, I demand of you, I always say this, I demand of you to watch these videos, but before you put any money on the line, paper trade what I teach you. I demand of it. I don't want anybody, as a matter of fact, don't even hit me up talking about, Tay, I'm losing money. Because the first thing I want to say is, hey, did you back test? Hey, did you paper trade and you do 2 consecutive profitable months before you started trading real money? No, I didn't do that. I don't want to hear it. I told you. I told you what to do. Get profitable first. Then you can start adding in some money and trading real live accounts. All right. That being said, let's go ahead and dive in today. I don't want to hold you up any longer. Now, a lot of you all are probably, looking at this saying, trading entries with EMAs. What's that going? Tay, I thought we already did this. But we didn't, right? Not what I'm about to teach today. So I am reusing one of my thumbnails because it's pretty much going to be a part of this series when it comes to trading entries using EMAs or even targets. I probably should have had my team make this trading targets using EMAs, but we're going to talk about one specific today. We saw one happen today, and I want to kind of break that down and show like what happened, why it happened, and how you can be catching it on any other time frames. All right. So let's check it out. Let's dive into the charts and let's see what we have. All right, team. Now, today we had a very crazy move. Why did this move come down? I mean, literally, what was it that got this thing all the way down here? Like, literally, it was up here. Tay, why did it come so low down here? Wonder why. What happened was we had what's called an EMA extension. An EMA extension. Okay, now say what in the heck does that mean? Let's break it down. So I'm just going to bring up the 20 EMA. All right. And I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something. Let's see. Hour chart, hour. This could be good. Let's see. Yep, there it is. All right. Now, what I'm showing you right now is what we would call an EMA extension. Now, this one wasn't that good, but it still got the job done. It wasn't that good, but it got the job done. Now, let's break this thing down. Now, I can almost guarantee you, I've been in a lot of people's courses because I like to see who's stealing my shit, right? Which is also, once again, why I don't teach a lot of stuff for free, because people will come to my free stuff, they'll learn all of it, and then they'll steal it and create a course off of it, right? And if somebody's going to take my stuff and then water it down and then pretty much sell it to a bunch of people, and then it stops working for me and my team, hey, you're gonna have to pay me at least. So that's why I keep a lot of this stuff, locked into a course, right? Now, what I'm saying all of that to say, I have not heard anybody mention this. As a matter of fact, most of your seasoned traders who would even be able to see something like this, they don't like EMAs that much. They don't really use them. They don't think they're very helpful. They just, they just don't care for them. So your Larry Williams of the world, they don't really care for them. All right. They don't think EMAs work. And I get why they would say that. Me personally, I like to use them just as a gauge because it's a EMA, meaning a moving average. Now, what does that mean? A moving average basically says, so this is my 20 EMA. So what this says is that this is my 20 hour, because this is the hour chart, this is my 20-hour average price. So the 20-hour average price is here and here and then 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 here. And of course, the longer it stays up here, the more the average price gets closer to the current price, right? Does that make sense? So if you take the average price over the last 20 bars, it should be somewhere in here, right? Which means the market should meet the 20 EMA in somewhere in the middle of that 20 bar range. That's why I had this and I had to draw it out, because it touched it here, which means we started on this candle counting how many bars have we not touched that EMA, right? And right here we see it's been 23 bars since it's touched the EMA, which lets me know anytime now we're going to touch that EMA. And as you see, boom, we did right here. And it took a few more hours. Now, what we're going to see now, I'm not going to get too deep into like But hey, what happens if it's at 20? How much time should we give ourselves? I teach all of that on the inside, right? I don't give too much once again because I don't want to water our shit down and it stops working. So what I can tell you though is you can back test this thing. I can give you the sauce. I'm giving you the sauce right here. Because once again, I've never heard anybody talk about EMA extensions. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I am the only one who has mentioned EMA extensions. And the only way I've been able to find it is by way of back testing and doing this thing so long. I've been trading so long. It's just something that I see play out over and over and over again. Okay. So what that means is a lot of times, if you are extended away from the 20 EMA, you're going to come and meet it. It's going to come and meet it eventually. All right. So I wanted to back test and just kind of show you. All right. And we can let's see if we can find some other areas where that has happened. Let's see. This looks like one here. All right. Hadn't touched it since here. Boom. We didn't touch it until here. And look at that. That was 35 bars. So you knew somewhere down in here, we were coming back up to touch that bar because ever since maybe, I don't know, maybe somewhere in here, we were overextended and it was overdue for its average price. It needed to meet the average price, right? Now, honestly, this works best on lower time frames. So anything under maybe like a 4 hour, right? It works on 4 hours too. 4 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute. It works. Okay. We can keep going. Let's go back just a little bit more. See if we can find something else. All right. I don't think they gave me 20 bars. That doesn't look like 20 bars, but let's check it out and see. See, we didn't touch it here. Okay. 20 bars. This is 20 bars, and the EMA is down here. And what happens? Tick, 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 tick. Boom. Slammed it, touched it. Here was a great entry point. Why? Because look, we're 20 bars in right here. Right. So someday this thing got to come down and meet this, right? We had resistance right here and right here. Why? Because these are swing highs. Okay. So if I come right here and place my order right here, swing high, boom, resistance, slam it down. Bing. That took 3 hours, right? That took 3 hours. 1, 2, 3. So that could have let you know what was going on. And literally that's from 159 down to 145. So that's almost, what's it, $15 move? That's it's a solid move. So once again, this is just something that we can, and now it doesn't always, I want to let people know that this is not something that you're going to find happening every day in the market, right? At least not on one particular time frame. This tends to happen in extreme moving markets. If we've been bullish for a while, it'll happen. You'll see it happen. If we've been bearish for a while, you'll see it happen. But once again, it's not something that happens all the time, but it does happen with all of the EMAs. Okay. I'm going to make this EMA orange just so we can see. All right. Boom. But yes, it tends to happen frequently. Let's see. So that 50 EMA, we're just back testing, having some fun. It hadn't touched it since here. It missed it here. And yeah, you got real close. A 50 EMA, but it came down, touched the 50 EMA real quick. So before we even got to 50 bars extended, it touched and it gave it what it wanted to give it. All right. Let's see. You kind of have one here. So we're just back testing just a little bit. All right. So 50, I'm sorry. We do it right here. So it didn't touch it since there. Boom, 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 boom. Look, we're overextended from the 50 EMA starting right here. Right. So look, it's been 51 bars, still have not touched the 50 EMA. Look, it pulls away, gives you some resistance right into this area, and boom, there's your entry. And we fall literally from 41.91 right back down to that 50 EMA. Once again, $15 fall. And if you would have just held it just a little bit, would have gave you a move below it and leak, right? This is how it works. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we turn this into So I'm trying to see why did it leak so far down. Maybe that we got an EMA showing us why it needed to get that low. So it wasn't the 100. Let's see. We're overextended for 200. Nah, no, it just got that low just simply because number one, we got below all EMAs. That's a very, very, very bearish sign. If you can get below all EMAs, that's very bearish. You got it below all EMAs. Look, we came down, close this area here, bounced. Look, below all EMAs, resistance, 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 and boom, we fall even lower. All right, so this is what I was looking at just by showing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over today. What happened today and why do we make this horrendous move down? Okay. So this is just stock review. We're just going over a review because what you notice is that today you got a crazy, crazy move down on the ES. Okay. And the reason why that was, let's back test this thing. Okay. Back test it to here. Right. Boom. Now, if we're looking at this, what we can see is that, oh boy, this thing is starting to get extended. Haven't touched it since here. Boom, 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 boom. 19. Next bar gave us 20. Next bar gave us 20. So what we can do is we can mark 20 right here. Boom. That's 20. So the price is down here at 43.73. Right? What we can do is look back and find us some resistance. You got two resistance areas, right? You got here, okay? So this could be a good entry if it holds, right? 44.23. If you get above that, you need to find your next available resistance. So what we need to do, of course, you know how the game is, look left. This has never been any, like literally, this never changes, right? You ever want to know, hey, what do I need to do to find out what's about to happen? Look left. Look left. Oh, baby. Here we go. Right here. Boom. There's a pivot point. It's just, I mean, literally, it's just poking his head out. Hey, look at me. Come up here and hit me, please. Please. Okay. And it hasn't been hit yet. So that lets me know that there's some sellers in there. Also, you have an area right here at about that 44.32. All right. So what I can do is I can come in here and grab both of these, right? Grab both of these and say, okay, now those don't look that straight to me. So what I'm going to do is we're going to look at the average price. We're going to say the low of that is 44.33. And we're going to balance this out just so we can make sure we're getting good entries, okay? 44.33. So to make this thing even, boom, 44.33, 44.33. Boom, that should be an even line now, all right? So what I'm going to do is we're just going to delete that. Okay, now that we have a nice even line, we'll clone it and we'll put that one, right, for that pivot low. So pivot, pivot low. All right, those are going to be some resistance points. All right, I got some support right here if we come back through it, but I'm not worried about that because of my 20 EMA. So we'll put it there just to note it, you know, but this is a good range that we can be looking for, right? So look at this. We're sitting in this range. A lot of resistance right here, okay? Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Holding resistance. Holding resistance. Boom. And goes down and touches our EMA. Why? Because we were extended. We were extended. That's literally one of my favorite. I actually taught this to a billionaire, and to this day, he hits me up and thanks me for this one thing that I teach. Okay, and it's the EMA extensions. It's one of his favorite things. He always taught. He said, "Hey, Tay, I know what I'm doing." He's been trading for years, decades, and he's made a lot of money. He's a very, very profitable trader. Okay. Some of y'all actually know who it is, right? Because he comes in on the live sometimes. But that's just for my students. But anyway, I've taught this to a billionaire, and once again, he's like, I never would have thought of that. It's brilliant. And he uses it to his advantage. So I figured, hey, why not? Come on in and teach it. Okay. And as you see, it came down hit it just to say, hey, that's our average price. We knew we had to come to that average price. There's your average price. Here was a lot of sellers. And from there, boom, we were out of there. And this thing, pretty much is holding that area, right? It is holding that area. So that being said, this is how this whole game works. I hope this makes sense. I hope a lot of people can learn something from this. Once again, I'm not going to give you too much sauce when it comes to this one indicator because, like I said, I got to keep something to make sure our stuff still works. Okay. I don't want my people getting mad at me. Dang, teaching all of these they call them freeples, these damn freeple people. No, save it for in-house. You can help them, but don't go too hard. So this is me helping, giving a little game. I hope this helps. Other than that, once again, this has been another great STB Market Watch. If you have any questions, make sure you please come into the challenge on June 21st through the 23rd. All right. I'm going to be doing a lot of good stuff there. Once again, entry is free. There'll be some other options where you can like upgrade to have like extra, curricular stuff or extra time with me, things like that. But other than that, I'm going to be teaching for free. So if you're here for the free ski, that's all good. Go in, sign up, do your thing, right? If you feel like you need more, you want more, that's fine too. All right. Other than that, this has been another great STB Market Watch. Once again, I love you all. Hey, show some love back, baby. Comment, like, subscribe, and definitely share my shit. All right. Other than that, I love you. Once again, be prosperous. Let's continue to make some money. And I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace.
Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These